Oh, yeah. Oh. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel, where we're vibing, we're chilling out tonight. How we doing? Welcome on in. Come on in, everybody. Say hello. Say hello out there. I see a bunch of fun people out there. What's up? What's up? How's it going? How is everyone doing tonight? I'm just going to keep asking it because I want to hear. I want to hear what's up. Gunner is saying that Barbie got a movie. What about Fireman Sam? What? Who's Fireman Sam? You know, maybe Fireman Sam didn't get a movie because I don't know who he is. I'm just kidding, Gunner. Thanks for being here, my dude. Appreciate you. Is this the live movie or just a review? I think if I played the movie live on here, I would probably get arrested. So no. So no to that. Jess is here. What's up, Jess? How's it going? Howdy, hey, howdy, hey. Welcome in. Leighton Gamer saying hello. Hello. We have two people named Leighton. Is this a coinky dink? This isn't a very common name. Okay. All right. Maybe this is the gamer version. This is the actual person. I don't know. But yes. Hey, Daddy Jake, you look fresh, my dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am the dad of the rats, as they call me. So welcome in, my dude. Thanks for being here, Dark Mad Mess. Denisha Lane, what's up? What's up? How's it going? Welcome on in. Appreciate you. Denisha is a channel member, by the way. Thank you so much for your support, Denisha. I appreciate it. I appreciate the heck out of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for being here. RJ is saying when Evil Lurks premieres on AMC tonight at 9 p.m. Oh, enjoy. Enjoy, RJ. That was a good one. One of my favorites from the whole year. Speaking of one of my favorites from the whole year, we are talking a little bit about Thanksgiving tonight. In a second, we're going to be talking spoilers. I'm going to give it about like 10 minutes or so, and then we'll get into spoiler territory, and no worries, I will give you a big ol' nasty warning before we do that. But for now, I just want to say hi to some friends out there, because we got some wonderful people out in the chat tonight, and I really do appreciate all you guys hanging out. Leighton saying, oh my god, someone has my name. I thought it was a rare name. What a coincidence. Okay, so it is a coinky dink. We just happen to have two Leightons in the same place. I like that name. I don't hear it that often. And here we got it twice. What do you know? Dope. Dope, man. Mike42 is saying, hell yeah, Eli Roth is back. Really fun movie. I agree, Mike42. I had a blast with it. I absolutely loved it. If you're a fan of Eli Roth movies, you'll dig it. I think if you're not a fan of Eli Roth movies, you won't. But I had a very good time with it. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Very much so. Mike42, thanks for being here, dog. Carolyn Smiler, what's up, Smiler Clan? How's it going? Happy Friday, Jake. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much, Carolyn and co. the company of the Smilers. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Really do appreciate you. Thank you for always supporting the channel. Hope you guys have a great weekend, too. Thanksgiving! Someone's excited. Very nice. I'm excited too, man. I can't wait to talk about it. Sarah Campbell's with us saying, popping in for the beginning of the stream to say, hey, seeing Thanksgiving tomorrow night, so I'm trying not to spoil myself. Good. Don't get this one spoiled because it's a murder mystery. You don't want to know who done it before you see the done it part of it. So don't find out who. Wow, that was bad. Sarah, thanks for being a channel member, though, as always. Thank you for your support. And enjoy the movie tomorrow. I hope you dig it. I also want to ask my friends out in the chat, please don't spoil the movie for the next 10 minutes or so. I will give once I give the whole warning, then we're talking spoilers and then we're moving into it. But let's just say hi to a few people out there tonight, real quick. Perry Moberg, once again, thank you for your support, my friend. Saying, hey, Jake, Thanksgiving was fun. It was very fun. We're going to get into the minutia here in a second. I just really like that word. If I can work it into a sentence, I'm going to, Perry. Ugh. Gory Tiger is saying, what's up? What's up, Gory Tiger? I love that name. You sure are a gory tiger. Damn. Love it. What's up with me? What's up with you, dog? You already know what's up with me. I'm fucking working. I got my posters up, by the way, finally, and you might notice a Thanksgiving one back there. Ooh, look at that. You can barely see it. My other light's not on. Hang on, everybody. Uh-oh. So we're only 5 minutes into this. I can still turn on lights and shit. Look at that. See, a backlight does so much. It does so much for the room. Now you can read all the posters and shit. Okay, getting back to it. Ty Lee is with us tonight. What's up, Ty? How you doing? Imagine an Eli Roth Scream movie. That's kind of what we just got. I love Thanksgiving. I just got home from the theater. Very nice, Ty. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I mean, this is Eli Roth's Scream in a lot of weird ways. You know, you got Patrick Dempsey, who is a Scream alum, which was fun. Gina Gershon is in this movie, and she kills it, very much so. Really enjoyed a lot. I enjoyed a lot of the performances. Maybe not all of them, but I did enjoy a lot of the performances. Speaking of that, Leighton saying, I think Addison Rae's acting has improved in this movie. Apparently it has. You know, I did some research into why people were coming into my stream, and they're like, oh man, I don't know, I'm worried about Thanksgiving. Very worried about it because Addison Rae is the star. And I was like, why? You know, like, what else has she been in that was so bad? And I looked into it, and she was in that He's All That. I had no idea. And I was like, oh, she was like heavily criticized for that movie. I had no idea. I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. She, you know, she wasn't like, I don't want to say she was bad. She was not bad. She was just like middle of the road. Like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of spotty moments that I just wasn't crazy about. But Leighton, I imagine you saw He's All That, and maybe you're saying that this is a better performance, which would be good. I hope so. Improvement is always a plus. So if that's the case, hell yes. Good stuff. There's one moment though, and this isn't a spoiler or anything, but she's like staring into the camera for like 30 straight seconds. Like just like this, like. And I'm like, what? What's going on, dog? What's happening with all that? That's funny. Terry P, what's up, Terry P? How you doing? Are all the original scenes from the Grindhouse trailer in this movie? I can't tell you. I can't tell you that. I will say they do an excellent job at paying homage to that original trailer. An excellent job. Like, okay, you know what? We're getting into spoilers here in 2 minutes because I want to answer that question. Terry, I'm coming back to you. I'm coming back to you in 2 minutes here. Ty Lee saying it's a top 5 of the year for me. Same. Honestly, it's in my top 5. I don't care. I don't give a shit. No, I loved this movie a lot. Like, I think in a lot of ways it bests the new Scream movie in terms of its mystery. And that's saying a lot, man. I mean, you know, Scream is kind of king when it comes to murder mysteries in slashers. But damn, I gotta be honest, I think Eli Roth did it better. Hot take. In terms of the murder mystery aspect. Jackson. Can I just call you Donkey Kong? I love the profile picture. Saying, would you rate the villain on a scale of 1 to 10? Oh, damn. You know, someone asked me this question like a couple of days ago. They were like, do you think this killer could be iconic? Like enough to helm their own, like run their own franchise for like a while? Yeah. After that movie, fuck yeah. Like 100%. I would give the like John Carver, I'd give him an 8 out of 10. Honestly, I give him an 8 out of 10. I think his kills are phenomenal. I think his look is iconic. Something happens in the movie too to alter his look a little bit, which I think is fun. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff in this movie with this character. Whoever is behind the mask, I think had an interesting motive, which we'll talk about in a second. Maybe it's one person, maybe it's 2 people, maybe it's 5 people. Who knows? Maybe it's the whole fucking town. I don't know. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I'd give him an 8 out of 10. I think he's got an iconic look to him. I really enjoyed his kills too. I mean, like a lot of the boxes were checked off with this slasher for me in terms of could we do this again? Yeah, we could do this again. Definitely, I could see a sequel to this happening. Leighton Downey is saying, but I can't blame her for He's All That. It was her first movie. You're right. I mean, that's a really good point. It was her first movie. Anyone's first movie is not going to be their best performance. Come on. So that's a very good point, 100%. And I kind of want to watch that now and then watch Thanksgiving again to see the improvement. You know what I mean? That was a big thing for me. It's a bit of a blind spot. But what I will say is her performance in the movie, it's just fine. Like, I don't know, as a final girl, I was kind of like, I kind of wish that Addison Rae had played like one of the side characters instead, which once again, nothing against her. I said this in my review, but I feel bad talking negatively about a person's performance in something that's so vulnerable. You know, it's such you're putting yourself into this character, trying to make that come to life. That's a really tough thing to criticize. It makes me feel bad. But I don't know. I just feel like maybe someone with a little more experience, you know, it's nothing against her. It's really just the experience element. I think she actually did good in a lot of her scenes. There was just a lot of little moments where I feel like it was either not even that she was breaking character. It was more that, you know, like I said, she's looking right at the camera. Has a weird line delivery every now and then. It was really little things. It wasn't anything where I'm just like, what? You know, no, it wasn't anything like that. Little tiny things here and there, but yeah. Ozone Hypes. I love that name. Dude, I remember this profile picture. Nice, very nice. Love the ghost face in the vortex. Saying, I love that you are guessing, though the whole time I thought it might be the VIP guy who sold them a gun. Maybe it is. Maybe it is the VIP guy who sold them the guns. All right, well, fuck it. We're getting into spoilers at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, from this point on, we will be talking spoilers for Thanksgiving. Something I want to say as well, you don't want this one spoiled. You know, I know some people watch this page and they're just like, whatever, you know, get it spoiled. Who cares? No, come on now. Don't get this one spoiled. It's a murder mystery, just like a Scream film. Go into it without knowing shit, because otherwise you're going to know. And then there's a lot of scenes in this movie that are all about redirecting the focus on one things to the other. So go check that out. Trust me, I could use the views right now, but I don't want you guys to get spoiled. So we'll be live again on Monday talking just regular shit. We won't be spoiling movies, but that's all up to you. So if you want to stick around or not, but don't get this one spoiled. It's a lot of fun. All right, talking spoilers, moving forward. There's a little warning at the bottom of the screen. Let's move it. Let's move it along. Leighton Gamer is saying, Addison Rae, I need to know if she lives or dies, and if she dies, how does she die? Told you guys we're getting into spoilers, so here we go. Addison Rae does not die. She does live. There's a little jump scare at the end, which is kind of fun. All I'm saying is if you're still here at this point, that, you know, that's up to you. But she doesn't die. She's the final girl, you know. I mean, that was kind of expected, in my opinion. It wasn't anything like shocking, but she lives. Once again, I do feel like she should have played a side character, though. That's my only thing. Not a couple more movies under her belt. I think she could run a horror movie, like be the front of it, but maybe not yet. That's kind of my thinking. I haven't seen Thanksgiving yet. Should I leave the chat? That's up to you, but I recommend not listening to me talk about it before you see the movie. I said this in my review too. I'm like, don't listen to some asshole's review on the internet. Go judge it for yourself, and then you can check out my shit if you want. I'd appreciate it. That would be pretty cool. But watch the movie. It is the many labors of many people out there that we're putting into this. You don't want some douchebag with a beanie on the internet to spoil it for you. Yeah, go get it. Go watch it. Go watch it. It's a great film. It's really fun. Real Insight. I like the name. Real Insight. What's up, dog? Is that a lemon in your mouth? Fuck yeah. I should get a lemon in my mouth. That'd be a lot of fun. It's an interesting film. I agree. I had a fun time with it. It was really fun. It reminded me of like the old Eli Roth, big time. You know, that was like a big thing that I was really happy with, is that those older like Eli Roth movies are so like brutal, but also darkly funny. Like Hostel, I feel like is the most comparable movie. Like I feel like both of these are very similar. They're both very commentary driven, have that dark sense of humor, and are also like gruesome. And I loved it. I love that both of these movies could do that. The kills are phenomenal across the board too. Like, you know, there's always like one kill in a slasher movie where you're just like, okay, that was like whatever. No, all of them I feel like were better than the last. I was like, fuck, okay, shit, that's insane. And they kept the killer's death a little more ambiguous, which I liked. I really liked a lot of how they did some of the shit in this. It's a lot of fun. What's your favorite kill, and go in detail, please? My favorite it's really tough because I really liked the one in the oven. The wife character gets put in the fucking oven and grilled to death. You got to see that in the trailer, though. That's not much of a spoiler. But honestly, my favorite one was the trampoline kill. Like, that was such a great evolution of what we got in the Thanksgiving trailer from 2007, where I think a lot of us know where that knife ended up going. It ends up going in a bunch of different places in in the actual movie, and I thought that was a lot of fun. You get to see the knife go through her ankle at one point, and I swear to God, I like was gonna throw up for a second. I'm like, nope. You know, that's something I feel like a lot of people don't utilize in horror films. You know, everyone always gets stabbed in the gut or the chest or something, but like seeing a knife go through someone's like ankle and then out the other end, it's like, oh my God, that's so fucking brutal. And this movie kind of utilized that a lot, and I really loved that. I was like, ooh, nice. Fantastic stuff there. That was great. So I don't know, me personally, I really enjoyed the trampoline, because like it went through her legs, she falls down, and then she keeps bouncing on the trampoline, and then the knife keeps going in different spots. That was crazy. That was like, I think by far my favorite kill of the whole film. But the buzzsaw kill was really good. There's a lot of decapitations, which someone was asking about how faithful is this to the original trailer, there you go. You know, you get multiple decapitations. All the pretty much every scene, not every scene, but like all of the iconic scenes from that original trailer are present. It's great. A lot of fun. Ty Lee is saying, good way to end the year for horror movies. 100%. I have not seen It's a Wonderful Knife yet, but I'm hearing mixed things about it, but most people are saying it's really good. So if that one's also good, man, I'll tell you what, that's great. That means great things for horror this year. And, you know, 2023, definitely a bit of a step down. It was a bit of a step down in terms of horror from last year, but that's also because 2022 horror was like one of the best years for horror, and I'm gonna die on that hill. I fucking loved what we were able to do with horror films last year. So the fact that these were so much fun, these last couple that I've seen this year, I'm very happy. October releases were a little disappointing, but there was a lot of big outliers throughout the entire year of horror this year that I can't wait to cover in my last video that I'm posting on December 31st. Gonna be a big old nasty video. Perry Moberg's throwing $5 out there. Thank you for the support, my friend. Appreciate you a whole bunch. Saying, I've seen tons of horror, but I had super loud reactions in the theater. Same. The table saw kill was fucked up. Yes, it was. Oh, that was sick. Yeah, no, we had a great reaction. Two really good reactions in my theater. After the opening scene, everyone clapped. Like, everyone was like, fuck yeah, which I thought was so exciting. Haven't really had that since... haven't really seen that since Scream 6. That was the last theater experience where like people were clapping and losing their minds. The ending of the film too, like the credits rolled, like people were like, yeah, you know, just gave a little, oh, fuck yeah, dude. So that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's something I wasn't able to put this into my review, but I think the ending of the film is a little bit of a, like, I feel like the moment that Patrick Dempsey like goes down, that's kind of where the movie loses a little bit of momentum. I feel like that after, you know, you have that scene where it's like a little while later, the couple's together and all that in their room. I feel like they could have cut that from the movie. But I probably should have just ended with killing Patrick Dempsey, call it a day. That should have been it. It kind of ran out of steam a little bit in that last scene, in my opinion. But I still really enjoyed it. Still a lot of fun. Crowd reaction was fantastic. People were belly laughing the entire time, including myself. We're going to Florida. So fun. Like, I just cracking up the whole time. It was a wild ride. Had a great time with it. Perry, thank you so much for the $5, man. I really appreciate you. Oh, that was a good one too. That table saw kill was messed up. You know, I think something, you know, okay, I'm sorry. Like, so many aspects of this movie just make me think. In terms of, like, kills making you, like reinventing the idea of, like, certain fucked up kills. I never really thought about, like, what a table saw kill would look like in terms of someone just falling onto it, you know? And this movie really challenged that, which I really enjoyed. It wasn't just someone falling onto it and, like, just getting a part of them cut off. No, this person, like, kept, like bouncing on it, you know, and they're just, like, just cutting them up. That was messed up. It's like, holy shit. It's disgusting. Madison, what's up? Don't get the movie spoiled, dog. We're gonna, me and Madison are gonna see this movie at some point soon. Perfect timing. I just heard the floorboards creaking in my room over by my couch, and now my nun, which is right next to the couch, is on. I recently got I recently got Madison here a glow in the dark like light up thing. I have a creature from the Black Lagoon, which I can't even put into frame, but it looks like this and it like lights up. Can't bring it over, but these things turn on in the middle of the night, and I'm convinced they're haunted. So I decided I gave her a ghost. You're welcome for that, Madison. Now you're never alone. You always have a ghost somewhere present. So hell yes. I hope you dig that. We got to watch this movie soon too. It is so much fun. It's such a great movie. I had such a blast with it. Gregory is saying, with regards to the school scene, do you think that's saying there that a second killer was involved? Because how in the world did all that go on with just one killer? That's actually a great question. Gregory, I was thinking this about mid-movie as well. I really thought they were gonna. I said this in my review, and I'm sorry I keep saying that, but check out the review, please go watch it. Yeah, there was a point in the middle of the movie where I really thought it was gonna be two killers. Both of the boyfriends I really thought were actually working together. Like, it was like ooh, maybe they're working together. They're faking the fight in the middle of the school or whatever during that scene. There's a part where I was thinking that, because the movie really wants you to think it's one of them, you know? So I'm like, but what if it's both of them? You know, that could be it too. But I feel like there was more involved. I feel like there was more to it than just that. That's maybe what a sequel could explore, Gregory. Which I feel like that's what the ending of the movie is trying to come off as, not that Patrick Dempsey is going to come back from the dead. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think that there's something else going on there, maybe, that could carry into a sequel. I would be so down for that, too. We have director Ty West doing this trilogy of X films, which that started off as just one movie. He was just going to do X, and then they decided to do Pearl, and now they're doing Maxine. So maybe the same thing happens for Eli Roth here. He gets to do a couple Thanksgiving movies. I wouldn't be against that. That would be a lot of fun. I mean, could you imagine if next Thanksgiving we get Thanksgiving 2? Like, why not? That would be a blast. Especially if what Gregory's talking about here is true. Why not? I mean, think about Hostel Part 2. Think about how much that adds to the lore of that whole concept. There's so much more going on in that creepy-ass universe. Why not add more to this, too? You could do you could totally do a sequel to this, I think. Say that more people were involved. That would be fun. I think, here's another good comparison for that. Scream Season 1 and Season 2. If you guys have seen the show for Scream, they kind of do something similar to that. That could be fun. I'd be so down to find out that someone else that stayed alive at the end was also involved. That could be cool. That could be a lot of fun, Gregory. Ozone is saying that kill at the parade when in the truck. Oh, yeah, that was brutal. Oh, my God, that truck kill. I almost forgot about that. Where this pole goes through, like, a guy's head, and, like, all this blood is spraying out and onto kids, too. Saying when it went through his head and his nose was still hanging there as the kid screamed while being covered in blood. Holy smokes. Yes, no, that was that was a big standout from that movie as well. There's so many good kills. It's kind of hard to just track down one or two, that really are my favorite. I do think that the trampoline one was my favorite. That got the biggest reaction out of me personally, but that one was fantastic though, Ozone Heights, 100%. Like, oh my God. Actually, that might be my favorite kill. I think objectively, that's my favorite kill. There was kind of a point in the movie where I was just cracking up. I was just cracking up at like so much. I was just like, okay, you won me over, movie. This is fucking hilarious. This is like a campy dream. I love this. Love it. Dark Mad Mess is saying, do you think that another killer using the John Carver persona is coming next? Yeah, I think it'll be the same look, but someone else under the mask. Like, I feel like Patrick Dempsey is definitely dead. No, the actor's alive. He's alive. Patrick Dempsey's alive. His character, Sheriff Newland is definitely dead in the fictional universe of Thanksgiving. But yes, I do think someone else will be using the persona in the same town. Maybe new kinds of characters are sprouting up. That could be fun. Because sometimes when you switch up your killer, the fans revolt. I mean, it's one movie. It just came out, so who knows if people would actually have that much of a problem. But look at the Halloween franchise, man. A lot of people did like Halloween Ends, but not everybody. I would say the majority of people did not. Denise just throwing $5 out there saying, Jake, love you, can't stay. It's spoiler time, but we'll be back for the next live stream. All good, Denisha. I completely understand. Go watch the movie, have a fun time with it, and then you can watch this on replay. Really appreciate the support, though, Denisha. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you. Thanks for the $5, my friend. Yeah, one more time, I will just say, go check it out. Go watch this movie. I do really appreciate all you guys hanging out with me tonight. And I promise I'll be live again on Monday talking a bunch of bullshit and all that. But go watch this movie. Come on back. I loved it. I really did. I really did enjoy it, though. Oh, and Ty's bringing up a really good point. The girl that got cut in half with the truck and the dumpster, that was a good kill, too. We saw the lead up to this in the trailer. This is technically like one of the first like big kills from John Carver in the movie as well. Girl gets her head dunked in a sink and frozen against that walk-in freezer door. And then this is how it ends, which was really surprising. I was not expecting this to go as far as it did. We have the girl running outside, jumping into a dumpster, and this metal lid smashes down on her as it cuts her in half. That was brutal. Oh, like I said this in my review, and I'm sorry I keep saying that again, but goddamn, all the kills in this, nothing disappointed. Nothing was disappointing to me. Jason Rushman is saying, are you ready for Thanksgiving, Jake? It's next Thursday. It is. Yes, I'm actually very excited for Thanksgiving. On more of a personal note, I'm having all my family over for the first time in years. We've all been all of us are very busy people, just like myself. We're all very busy. All of us are busybodies, so we typically don't get together for Thanksgiving. A lot of shit going on, whatever. So yes, we're actually having everybody together for the first time in like years. It's great. It's like very, very fun thing. I'm very excited to see everybody. Hopefully everyone else also has a great Thanksgiving. If you're not in America, I hope you guys have a great dinner. That's what I hope. Always good. Always a good time to be around friends and shit. Ozone Hypes is saying Patrick Dempsey feeding and petting the cat, though. That was so sweet. Oh, that was so sweet. You know, something that I realized gave away Patrick Dempsey that I didn't get until the very end. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. When he burns his mask on the oven and then picks it up, he was like, oh shit. Like, you saw that moment for a second there. That was brilliant. He talks earlier on in the film about Patrick Dempsey, like his character says like, oh, it's the little mistakes. That's how we're going to catch him, you know? And then he makes a few little mistakes and it leads to our lead girl figuring it out. That's really cool. Really good stuff. Someone was asking if, is Gabby the only survivor and is she the girl on the trampoline? The girl on the trampoline woefully did not make it through this movie. I will tell you that. I warned you about spoilers. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, no, her boyfriend, both of the love interest characters lived. And then there was actually a few survivors. There was a lot of characters too. There was a lot of characters in this movie. A lot of the younger people did not live, but a lot of the I don't know, a lot of survivors, but also a lot of characters. So it works out for me. It wasn't, and you know, it wasn't also like it wasn't a Scream 6 situation, which I wouldn't care in Scream 6 if so many people lived, if there wasn't another one coming after that. I think that was my biggest reason why I was criticizing that about Scream 6. Like, you know, so many people lived. Now it's like, okay, we have to have like 8 or 9 characters come back for the next one. I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if that's going to work, if that's going to translate. When there's so many characters that are safe, that you know are not going to be the killer, how can that possibly work? You know, how can that possibly exist in this realm? I don't know. But I think here it really worked because you had so many characters that obviously you didn't know were going to be the killer one way or the other, because it's the first one. It's the original. You know, it's the first one in this whole franchise. So you can have a shit ton of characters survive for this one, but you know, in entry number 6, if we do Thanksgiving 6 and there's like 100 survivors, that's not gonna work. It's the same thing with Scream. You know, we kind of have to kill off a lot of people in these later films, but the first one you can keep a lot of people alive. That's fine. Think about the original Scream. They keep a lot of people alive, and that's totally fine. Funky Plushies 19, love this name. Do you talk about plushies on your channel? I like it. Oh my God, I love your channel. I didn't know you streamed. I do. I stream. I try to stream every Monday and Friday, sometimes on Wednesdays when I have time. But yeah, come check out the stream. 7 o'clock Eastern is typically when I stream, sometimes 7:30 if I got shit going on. So come on in and say hey. I take questions. we are talking spoilers about Thanksgiving right now is what I will say. But if you want to just talk horror and all that bullshit, I do a weekly Q&A. So come on in, say hey, and I'll be here to also say hey. Leighton Gamer saying what happens in the end of the film with Gabby. That was just a little stinger scare. That's all it was. It wasn't anything like, oh, this is really happening. Nah, it was just like, you know, showing off that she maybe has a little bit of trauma after the experience she went through. I thought it was fun. You know, it was fun. It was unnecessary, but it was fun. Whatever. By the time we got to that point in the movie, I'm just like, okay, you know, sure, Eli, fuck it. Why not? It follows the typical slasher format of, like going back to the 80s, you know what I mean? It has that typical, like, okay, we're gonna kill the guy's dead, but maybe he's still alive, and then have one last stinger scare. It's Friday the 13th, you know, Carrie, all these movies have done something similar to that. So, you know, it's just fun. It was just a fun little moment. Terry P is saying, so Jake Sidney sued the studios after Stab 3, so the Stab director of the fan film is making his own Stab 1, 2, 3, because if he made Stabs... Made Stabs 133, that's just remaking Screams 1, 2, and 3, and he doesn't want that. Terry P, I'm going to have to read that way slower, because I don't know what you're saying here. The Stab director of the fan film is making his own Stab. I'm so confused, man. I'm sorry, I really don't know what you're trying to say. In terms of the next Scream film, though, we can real quick segue into that. I do believe Sydney's going to come back in some capacity. This relates to Thanksgiving. I promise it does. With Patrick Dempsey in this new movie, also coming from Spyglass Media Group. Forgot to say group in my video today, so now I'm correcting it. Spyglass Media Group also put out Thanksgiving. Patrick Dempsey is a huge part of it. Come on. Like, my man's coming back as Mark Kincaid in Scream 7 now. He's worked with the company. He was a big, big, big part of this movie. I think it's happening. I think he's absolutely coming back with Sidney Prescott. I feel like Thanksgiving in and of itself is confirmation that, yeah, that's going to be a big focal point in the next film. And, I'm down for it. I know I've said a lot on this channel that I want them to do new things with Scream. I don't want them to tread old ground. For me, I think that they can tell a new story with Sydney if they focus on her family, and I'm down for it. I'm down for it as long as you keep it exciting and interesting. Because the thing I'm worried about is that if Sydney comes back, like, she's not going to die. They're not going to do that. So you can't just keep giving me chase scenes with her because it's not going to be suspenseful. They're going to keep her alive at this point. The fans would revolt otherwise. I probably would too. Even though I love gruesome, crazy shit like that, I just don't think it would be a good move for them personally. I think if they focus it on Sydney again, that can work, as long as you're killing off some other characters. So you got to keep the suspense up. You know what I mean? You got to counteract it. Don't have every chase scene be about Sydney. You can still focus on her and not do that. That's possible. We can make that work, but you just got to balance it out. You got to approach this next film with some caution. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's get back to Thanksgiving though. The Black Friday scene made me giggle. I was on my fucking hands and knees laughing. That was fucking crazy. When the guy walks through the broken glass too, you know what I'm talking about. Oh my God, that was so funny. It was so brutal, but it was so funny. I was like, what the fuck, man? What is happening? This is pure chaos. Did you do a kill count? Perry, this is actually a great question, man. I've been thinking about doing kill counts for a long time, but I'm like, I don't want to just be, I don't want to do dead meat. I don't want to be like, okay, I'm just going to be smaller dead meat. I've always wanted to do kill counts though, because I think it would be fun, especially because, and even James from Dead Meat would agree with this, is that everyone has a different interpretation on what counts as a kill or not. His whole thing is he doesn't want to count skeletons. He doesn't count background deaths if you don't see them on screen. But, some people would disagree with that, and that's okay. I think that makes kill counts so interesting because everyone could have a different number at the end of it. But my thing is I don't think I could do a kill count better than Dead Meat. That's the thing. I really don't know how I could do it better. They have optimized that shit so well over the past 6 years that they've been doing that channel since 2017, right? So that's 6 years. I don't think I could do it better. A lot of the stuff that I approach on this channel is stuff where I'm like, I feel like I can do this really well, and I just don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do a kill count better than Dead Meat, man. They're on that shit, dude. They're killing it. There's a reason that they're at the top of the horror food chain here on YouTube. Love them though. James and Chelsea, Zoran, the whole Dead Meat crew, they're fucking fantastic. There would be this channel would not exist if it wasn't for Dead Meat. Those guys are fucking awesome. Would love to meet them one day. Ozone is saying, I want to know if that girl who's in a bag inside the fridge survived. She did not. Oh, we saw. We know she did not live. Yeah, no. I think he pours the fucking blood out of her neck at the one point, right? I believe that was her. Yeah, so I don't believe she lived. Don't think she made it. Funky Plushies is saying on IMDb it says that Sydney is in it with Jenna and Melissa. Funky Plushies, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but IMDb cannot be trusted. I did a video a long time ago, when I was first starting off this page, talking about Insidious 5, and I'm like, no one's talking about this. What? I went on IMDb, and I found a page for a fake, it was a faux announcement about Insidious 5, and I reported on it, and I was like, oh my God, all these people are going to be in it? It's coming out next year? No way. That was all a bunch of BS, unfortunately. So anyone can put shit on IMDb, unfortunately, until you get official announcements from everywhere. That's when we can start talking about confirmation in terms of casting and all that, which we should be getting some kind of announcement soon, though. With the strikes being over now, I imagine, the announcement, oh, Nev Campbell's in it. Oh, Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega are back, which I think they're already kind of confirmed. I think Jenna Ortega had said something about this recently. But point being, when we get official shit, your boy will be reporting on it. But as of right now, I don't believe anything is confirmed in terms of Sidney Prescott returning. Because trust me, that I would be on that shit like stink on a booger. Is that a saying? I don't know. I hope it is. Did I just make it up? Maybe. Stink on a booger. Are boogers stinky? That's a bigger question I think we got to ask ourselves tonight. Melissa, what's up, dog? How you doing? Melissa's saying I want to see this. See it. It was really good. Really good movie. Really enjoyed it. We're talking spoilers though, so don't get spoiled. Carter Scotland Allen is saying I saw the killer reveal coming a mile away. Guess the killer within the first 15. There is a clue in the first 15. That being said, can't wait for the return of Kincaid in Scream 7. Yeah, it's pretty much like gonna happen now. That's totally fair. I saw it with a bunch of buddies. One of my buddies was like, yeah, I knew in that first conversation, had a feeling. There is I didn't even think about it, but like there are multiple clues in the first like not even 2 minutes of the movie that give it away. And I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit. That's kind of crazy, but I can see guessing this one. Honestly, they had me fooled with the boyfriends. Like they did a lot of work with those two characters. I was like, something's going on here. Like either these are red herrings or one of them is the killer. I thought it was more than one person. I was sold on that. I was like, this has got to be at least more than one person is doing all this shit. Adam and Steve are saying hello. Hello, Adam and Steve. How's it going, y'all? What's up? I love that name. That's great. How you guys doing? Good chase scenes? Absolutely, yes. Leighton Gamer, there were some great chase scenes in this movie. Some of my favorites of the year, honestly. Hot take. Terry P is saying, Jake, I meant to say ice cream for... What? Ice cream for Sydney? Sue the studios after Stab 3, so the Stab director Fan Films is making his own... Man, I still don't know what you're trying to say. I meant to say ice cream for Sydney. Sue the studios after Stab 3, so the Stab director Fan Films is making his own Stab 1, 2, 3. Because if he remade Stabs 1, 2, 3, that's just copying Scream. I really don't know what you're trying to say. Are you trying to say that Scream 7 could be copying like Stab, like what happened in Scream 3? Maybe I'm guessing, which I wouldn't want to see that, Terry P. I would not want to see that. I'm sorry. I'm just not getting what you're throwing out there, dog. But I really do want to see, in terms of Scream, the next Scream film that comes out. Please do something original. Please don't follow a similar format to what Scream 3 ended up doing. Because for me, Scream 6, I appreciated that they took a familiar concept from the past and expanded upon it. As some people would strongly disagree with that. I thought it was fun. It was fun for what it was. It was cool. But I'm hoping that the next one dives into some new territory. Something we haven't seen before. Gregory is saying also another point for a second killer. How did Patrick Dempsey do everything in the dinner table? Well, I talked about this in my review. Let's read the rest of this, though. How could he do everything there when apparently he was with the guy at the warehouse? Apparently got knocked out, too. Very unrealistic. Yeah, Gregory, something I pointed out in my video today was Eli Roth does this a lot. There's a lot of gaps in logic in a lot of his movies, but it's done purposefully to aid the chaos. That dinner table scene, is very unrealistic in a lot of ways. We can, trust me, I bet if we watched it one more time, Gregory, we could pick that apart big time. Or maybe the entire third act. They blow up a fucking a giant turkey balloon. Like, it's ridiculous. For me, I was expecting these gaps in logic, but I can imagine a lot of people coming away from the film being like, I don't know, that was like really a bit of a stretch. But Eli Roth does this a lot in a lot of his movies. There are a lot of gaps there, but I'm okay. Like, me personally, I'm okay with that because it usually aids the chaos. It's not without purpose, which is why I'm down for it. I can excuse, weird shit like that if it means your movie is more, outstanding and ridiculous. I can get into that. But it's got to be with point. I see a lot of movies with gaps in logic, and it comes off as, okay, you just didn't think about that, and you needed another revision of the script. But in a lot of Eli Roth movies, they have moments like this so that the shit can get crazier. Like in Hostel, would a bunch of kids really be working for this secret government organization, or not government would a bunch of street kids be working for some evil organization like that and be killing people? No, come on, I don't know about that. It's insane. It's a stretch, but it's really fun to watch, and it's really goofy. So I can excuse it. You know, I mean, trust me, there's a lot of instances in this new movie especially that we can pick apart and just be like, well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I actually caught a few things. And some editing things that I thought were weird. Like we kind of moved from one scene to another a little too fast in some quirky ways. But once again, this is a movie that was based on a trailer that Eli Roth and Jeff Rendell came up with years and years ago, where it was just a bunch of random shit. They never really intended on making this into a movie until around 2010 is when they were talking about actually doing this. And now we finally got it in 2023. I think considering all of these things, they did a really good job. If this was not based on anything, I'd be a little more harsh on it. But I appreciated what they were able to do. With this one. I had a blast with it. Funky Plushies is saying Scream 6, it was strong in some scenes but weak in others. I completely agree. I really enjoyed the film and I feel like the strong outweighs the weak personally. But yes, that third act I feel like has some problems. You want to talk about gaps in logic, there you go. Same thing with that movie. But once again, I feel like it aids the film. It's aiding the chaos of what's happening on screen. I don't like watching movies that are just a one-to-one with reality. I like seeing things that are a little more heightened and over the top for whatever reason. But you got to have a reason. You know what I mean? If you're making a movie where it's like, this is just ridiculous, this is pointless, it's pointless nonsense and it doesn't actually aid the story, the commentary, whatever the fuck you're trying to do, then I'm not into it. Carter is saying, I was honestly expecting more from the trampoline scene. It felt so extremely shoehorned in. Well, like I was saying, a lot of this movie felt shoehorned. I mean, dude, we had a sequence where all of the main characters get into the back of a cop car. The killer then opens the driver door and tranks all of them and is able to drive away. You're telling me that was part of his plan? I don't believe that. But once again, it doesn't matter. It's like, that's just, you got to expect these things from an Eli Roth movie, man. All of his movies do something like this, where there's just like a crazy jump in logic in order to do something fucking ridiculous. And that whole, we were talking about that Thanksgiving scene a minute ago. There you go. I mean, yeah, that's all there. I really enjoyed the movie though. I dug it. I think some of these things you just got to look past, or maybe you can, and that's totally cool. I respect your opinion. Adam and Steve is saying, I heard there was talks about a Halloween TV show. Do you know when that's coming out, and are they possibly looking for casting? Because I'm willing to die in the first act. Me and you both. Maybe two people named Adam and Steve, or maybe this is a joke. I'm not sure. But point being, yes, so the Halloween TV show is apparently happening. The rights sold to Miramax recently, not A24, although a lot of people reported on that, even though that's false. But yes, Miramax is coming out with some Halloween TV show. It's in the works right now. I'm very excited for it. I don't know if any casting is happening yet, but I imagine now with the strikes over, something's probably coming about with it. Or someone's getting to fucking writing as soon as possible. That's for sure. So I'm excited for it, but I'm worried. I don't want to see an anthology. Like some people want to see like this anthology, like similar to Halloween 3, where it's like it's just a different idea but based on Halloween. I feel like that ship has sailed a long time ago. Maybe if Halloween 3 was successful a long time ago, like, yeah, but it wasn't. I love that movie. I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorite Halloween movies personally, but I just don't think it would be successful, and that means not a good show, which would blow. And we don't want that. Blucka really, you enjoyed Thanksgiving. Blucka is a very harsh critic, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm the Blucka. Okay, you really liked it. Very cool. Very cool to see, my friend. Addison Ray. Addison Ray is here. What's up, Addison Ray? Saying, I hope y'all enjoyed Thanksgiving. I did, Addison. It was a lot of fun. I'm a huge fan. You killed it. Anyways, Perry Moberg is saying, I thought it was weird they got into the building using an employee entrance. Those are usually locked, especially on Black Friday. Gaps in logic, dog. I mean, listen, that can't excuse everything, right? Like, we can't just keep saying, well, gaps in logic, dude. Like, oh man. That would make me sound like a real idiot, I think. But I think, once again, it adds to the chaos, because if they didn't get into the building, then would that whole riot have happened? I think not. So I was cool with that. I was like, shit, that's kind of fun. Perry, we can keep finding these things all day. And you're right. I mean, you're right. It is like, well, what the fuck? Wouldn't that have been locked? But it's all preference at the end of the day, I think. I think that's why a lot of people don't like Eli Roth, is because they're like, well, a lot of his movies are kind of whack. Kind of got some weird shit going on here. Oh my God, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but you got a fucking sick profile picture. Did you draw that? That's fucking cool. Oh my God. Is Corey in Halloween Ends ever going to be the new identity of The Shape? Well, you know, I mean, we kind of got to see that a little bit at the end of Halloween Ends. You know, I personally, I wasn't crazy about Halloween Ends, but I will say a scene that I've come to like after watching it so much is when both Corey and Michael are killing together. It doesn't make any sense in the canon of Halloween at any point, but it's a fun. I can indulge in some nonsense there. The kills are great. That one scene where they're killing the doctor and his wife or whatever, that was fun. So we got to see a little bit of him turning into The Shape. I think if that movie was just called like Corey kills Scarecrow Killer or something, and it was just Ronan Campbell just like killing people in a scarecrow mask, I would have vibed with it. That could have been fun. Him just slowly turning evil after getting bullied by band kids. I could have gotten into that. That would have been fun. Terry P is saying, fun fact, Jake, that lady who got her face frozen to the freezer is a real life descendant of John Carver. That's her 14th uncle. Is John Carver like a real person? Am I stupid for not knowing this? I thought that was made up for the movie. I'm going to be totally real with you. That's her 14th uncle. Maybe Terry's fucking with me right now. I don't know, Terry. You might be. Oh, all right, everyone, I might be in trouble here. Madison saying, would you get mad if I got rid of the nun? I'm sending you texts about everything that's happening. Are you really haunted right now? Because that's really funny. I'm sorry. Yeah, please text me. I'm so curious. If you're actually, if you're fearing for your life, then yeah, get rid of it. Wow, that's really funny. Text me about that later, Madison. That's fucking hilarious. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I might have actually given you a ghost. Scorpion is saying, get over here. Ugh. I wish I could do that. If I had a superpower, I would just shoot a fire chain out of my arm. That would be great. Nothing would make me happier. Adam and Steve is saying, I have a hypothetical. If Tara was the main star of Scream 5 and 6, do you think she would be able to carry the movie without Sam as support? I mean, I think a lot of people would say yes to this question because of like something like Wednesday or, you know, a lot of the other projects she's helmed. But I'm just not as interested in Tara as a character as some of the other people that we have. Honestly, like, I feel like Mindy and Tara are the two characters that I'm just really not invested in at this point. Like, they got to do something with both of these characters for me to like really care about them. Hot take. I think Jenna Ortega, she's a great actress. I'm just the character of Tara. I'm just like, I don't know. There's not a whole lot to her. I think she has a few standout moments, like in Scream 6, like beginning of Scream 6, she has a few moments, but I don't know. I'm just not as invested in this character as I am Sam or Chad or Sydney Gale, these characters. So I don't know. Not that, like, once again, not that I dislike her, but just not as interesting as some of the other people that we got going on right now. Feel like that might not be a good decision, but I don't know. I've been here for 47 minutes, so I'm a head off, but now nice talking to you. Of course. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with us late, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Madison's crying right now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you're haunted. Slasher in Suits is with us. What's up, dog? How you doing? Damn, Thanksgiving fucks so hard. Yes, it does. Oh my God, it does. I'm sorry. I'm cracking up. Okay, I'm going to look at that in a second. I'm so sorry. Sorry, a lot of weird shit happening right now. Slasher in Suits is saying, damn, Thanksgiving fucks so hard. Dude, I loved this. I had a fucking blast with it. It's a great slasher too. We are going through this slasher resurgence and we're getting a lot of really brutal ones in theaters, which makes me really happy. I enjoy a lot of the Christopher Landon slashers. If it was like Freaky, which actually was really gory, and I enjoyed that. But like a Happy Death Day, it's a really fun movie, but the kills aren't anything super crazy. So it's really nice to see a lot of slashers that have brutal kills that are really upsetting and gross on the big screen in theaters and not just at home for something on streaming, you know? Like, I love that Terrifier is getting some big success as well right now. Those movies are so much fun. This one, same thing. Had a lot of fun with it. I hope we get more slashers like this from more acclaimed directors. If it's Eli Roth, Damien Leone, Ty West with Maxine coming out soon. So we've had a lot of really good slashers in the past couple of years. Keep them coming. I dig it. So, okay, this is real. The John Carver actually was the first governor. That's crazy. I really didn't know that. I thought that was made up for the movie. I don't know shit about history, I'm going to be honest. Elected governor in 1620, but then he was only in office for about 1 year until he passed away. You know, I believe it. Even if that's not true, I believe it because I wouldn't know any better. I have nothing going on up in this brain that would say that that's not true. So you might be spot on, or maybe you're fucking with me. And either way, pretty funny shit. Pretty crazy that would be based off of something. Scorpion saying I was going to ask you about Thanksgiving. How is it? Go see it. It's a badass movie. I had a fucking blast with it. We talked spoilers already, so I feel like we're kind of winding down from spoilers. I really wanted to go live to just say this is a great movie, and I hope that people don't miss it because I really enjoyed it. I hope that there's more of these to come. Eli Roth killed it. I've been waiting for this movie for a long time too. You know, I love a lot of Eli Roth movies, but there's been some in the past, couple of years that I just wasn't crazy about. Knock Knock, I don't know, man, just didn't do it for me. The Cabin Fever remake especially did not do it for me. He's made a kids movie, documentary, that his horror TV show. I like a lot of these things, which is fun, but I hope it does well, and I hope that he gets back to making crazy movies like this. Even if we don't get a Thanksgiving sequel, I hope that the next thing he makes is something in the same vein. Has that dark sense of humor to it, with some gory kills, some messed up ideas. I love it. I'm open for more things from Eli Roth in the realm of horror. Terry P is saying, so we all know Art the Clown organized in All Hallows Eve, but in the second film it was a killer alien. Oh, the second All Hallows Eve. I've never seen that, actually. I've actually never checked that one out. So Jake, you should make a fan film of that alien. I am working on a movie right now, Terry P, that I'm very excited to share with everybody sometime next year, going into pre-production next month. And it's been insane. It's so much work. I have not slept in multiple weeks, but it's okay. Everything's fine. Everything is so fine. Blucka is saying Thanksgiving is the first horror film in a while that felt like it deserved or made sense to do a sequel or franchise. I completely agree. I think they could totally do more with this idea. And I don't want to say that stinger scare at the end lends itself to more, because it doesn't, but I do think that we could see someone else donning the John Carver mask that might have been involved with the first film. Ooh, spooky. Bluck is saying sucks that Thanksgiving is only projected to do $43 million at the box office. I will say though, for Thursday night previews last night, almost a full house. Like only a couple of seats were empty, man. Like the back 5 rows or whatever that we were sitting in, all filled. It was just a couple of seats up front that didn't have people had seats without butts in them. So I don't know, man. Maybe it does a little better than that. I hope so. Who knows? It's only Friday. It's only Friday. Anything can happen. So if you're watching this stream, go see Thanksgiving. It's only 8 o'clock my time. You got plenty of more showings. There's 10 o'clock showings. There's probably 8 o'clock showings too. Maybe 9 o'clock. I don't fucking know. I don't know what they're doing right now. I might go see it again. I'm going to be honest. I really enjoyed this one. This is a movie I would want to see a couple of times. And here's the other thing too. I saw it with buddies, which was fun, but I do want to see it again just on my own. Because I feel like there's a lot to analyze, which I hit on in my review a little bit. There's a lot of little commentary elements to it that are very smart, very interesting, and had me turn in the cogs upstairs a little bit, which, trust me, there's a lot of cobwebs on those things. Ghostface95 is saying, okay, after Thanksgiving, I came to the conclusion most holidays have got a big horror film about them, except for Bonfire Night. What? What is Bonfire Night? I have an idea for a Bonfire Night horror, and one day I hope to make it. Are you talking about just like a night with friends where you have a bonfire and you all sit around it making marshmallows and shit? If you want to make a horror, listen, there's a lot of horror movies about that, if that's what you're talking about. But hey, run it, man. If you got an idea that starts with a bonfire, I'm not saying that's unoriginal. I'm not saying that at all. You can. I started Red Right Hand with a bonfire. So listen, run it. That's where my mind went. So do it, man. Make it happen. Jameson is the GOAT. How's it going, dog? Welcome to the stream. Saying, do you think Thanksgiving will have a sequel? I say yes. I say absolutely. We were just talking about that. I hope so. I could see another character donning the John Carver mask and going out and killing people. And I would love to see Eli Roth do more. I would just love to see Eli Roth do anything more in the realm of horror. Scorpion is saying, I think you should join WB so you can do storylines for Mortal Kombat, because I can see that demonic, I don't know who that is going to ruin it. If you're talking about the new Mortal Kombat, a lot of people I'm in the minority. I guess I really enjoyed the new Mortal Kombat. But what I will say is it does leave the sequel up to, like, it kind of makes the sequel forced to do something, which kind of sucks. You should leave every continuation up to its own, whatever they want to do with that. Because, the same people may not be doing it. Shit happens, man. You don't want to, as a creative, you don't want to fuck the next guy, especially with the new Mortal Kombat, which was clearly trying to start a new franchise. So, this next movie, we got to have a tournament, because we didn't even have a tournament in the first one. I concur with a lot of those criticisms. So yeah, I want to see the next Mortal Kombat have a big tournament, have a crazy storyline. I don't know why we're focusing on Cole Young, this random made up character, when we have Liu Kang readily available. Makes no sense. But maybe we'll see that Scorpion. I don't know. There's a few things that I do feel like some course correction is needed for whatever the sequel ends up being, but I just hope it's good, man. I mostly enjoyed the new one. It wasn't like atrocious in my opinion. I think it was like a solid 7 out of 10. But I wouldn't go. That's already being pretty generous, I think. Dark Madness is saying, LMAO, yeah, bro, look him up. You would be surprised. Dude, like I said, history, not my strong suit. I watched The Witch from Robert Eggers, and I'm just like, this is really cool. And then I found out it's like super accurate, and I'm like, I wouldn't know. Some historian watched that movie and was like, and there we go. This is badass. Me, I'm just like, this fucking goat is scary. That's what was going through my head. I'm like, scary goat. Nice. Ralph Ineson is amazing in this movie. Holy shit. But yeah, history, I don't know. Never been my strong suit. I have a friend named Jack who is like a history buff, and he schools me every time we talk. And I'm just like, I didn't know any of this shit. Joan of Arc, I don't fucking know who that is. It's someone. It is a name in my head that I remember a history teacher in Jake's past probably telling me about. I'm sure I crammed one night and was like, Joan of Arc is this person in history and did this. I don't fucking know, man. Listen, ask me a horror movie question. I'll answer that shit. But you start asking me history things, and I'm just gonna be like Patrick Starr. Drool's gonna be coming out of my mouth. Slasher in Suits is saying the crowd loved it. There was more laughs in Thanksgiving than Scream 6. Yeah, definitely more laughs. Oh yeah, for sure. More laughs, more brutal kills. Scream 6 to me was more about like just how fun it was to see this happening in the Scream franchise. Like I think that's where a lot of my enjoyment comes from it, which is that fair to judge a movie off of it? I don't know, man. But I always try to be very genuine on this channel about how I feel about things. And as a Scream fan, I was very happy with a lot of what Scream 6 did. Is it the best slasher movie I've ever seen? No. But I really do enjoy it. It's a really fun movie. It's been my go-to fall asleep movie for like months now. So I don't know. I really enjoy it. It is a very cozy movie for me. I love anything that feels very punk rock and rebellious. Like, oh, you thought we were going to do this? Fuck that. We're doing this. I love that. That's my kind of energy, man. I can't get enough of that. There's an Easter horror movie with an Easter bunny. Jesus, that never gets enough love. There's not too many like Easter slashers that I can think of off the top of my head, like that are actually of genuine quality. I don't know. Not too many that I can think of. Maybe, am I wrong? Like, is there an Easter slasher with a bunny character or something that's like really popular that I just don't know about? I have seen a few that are like, maybe made with $15,000, maybe, which, low budget doesn't mean bad, but sometimes it does. That's my, that's how I like to say it. Low budget does not mean bad, but sometimes it does. Sometimes that can mean bad, but sometimes it can mean you can have some fun with it in a certain way. But I don't know. There's not really a standout Easter horror movie, in my opinion, where, it's something like Thanksgiving, where the concept is all about, it's Easter themed. It's your typical Halloween style slasher. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm curious if anyone knows of like an Easter slasher where it's kind of in the same vein as a Thanksgiving, a Black Christmas, Trick or Treat, Halloween, something like that. I'm curious. I'm curious if anyone else out there has something. Scorpion is saying me to Kung Lao is dead, and people say he's coming back, but similar to Noob Saibot. Oh, I would love to see Noob in one of these movies. That's a cool character. Another thing about the new Mortal Kombat that I really liked, and this, I don't know, man, is this a good way to judge a movie? Maybe not. But we got to see a lot of Mortal Kombat 3 characters, which, like, that's my favorite one. I don't know. I love Mortal Kombat 3. It was my first Mortal Kombat game as a kid. I fucking loved it. I would love to see Cyrax and Sector in the next one, too. I love the robots. I think they're fucking sweet. That would be great. But Kung Lao is like one of my mains. Him and Scorpion are like are the two characters I play as maybe the most, but I do love those robots. Ooh. The thing that absolutely ruined the MK is when Kung Lao dies and everyone questions why Raiden couldn't save him, and he said he can't intervene after intervening and then does it again on Shang Tsung. He's a man of his creed. I mean, yeah, it's not a perfect movie, but I don't know. In terms of quality, I think it's a little, like, maybe not story-wise, but in terms of kills and being an adaptation of the Mortal Kombat games, I think it does a really good job at that. There's some weird story stuff, but have you ever played the campaign in the video games, dude? There's some weird shit going on there, too. But I enjoyed it. I don't know. I hate to sound like I'm defending it big time, but I really I liked it. The new Mortal Kombat movie was a lot of fun. It's definitely better than some of the older ones, man. I don't know. Annihilation, like, is Annihilation better than that 2021 movie? I don't know, dude. That's a tough argument, in my opinion. But I respect everyone's opinion, of course. Is it Isao? Am I going to say that wrong? I'm so sorry. I always try to get people's names right. But Fuji. Last name Fuji has a fucking awesome profile picture. I love it. Saying yes, though not popular. And it's an Easter bunny with a literal crown of thorns and holes that, oh my God. Okay, so we're getting into some religious subtext here. I'm down for that. Once again, horror pushes boundaries. I'm not all about this because it's blasphemous. I'm all about this because it's pushing boundaries. And that's what we want. That's what we want to see in horror. That's why we come to this genre, to potentially offend. And I think that's always interesting. So, okay, I'm gonna have to check this one out. I'm gonna have to watch this one. I like when horror pushes things out of the way, and it's like, oh shit, that might be offensive. That's crazy. Perry saying, my brother went with me to Thanksgiving. He was on the edge of his seat, literally, but he hated it. He's not a horror guy. Oh well, yeah. I mean, I can imagine a lot of people are gonna come away from this one not liking it. But is that a bad thing? That's not a bad thing, in my opinion. I put out a tweet recently saying that I kind of hope that Terrifier 3 gets some sour reviews because, in my opinion, that means it's good. I had someone under that say, like, I guess that's a compliment. Yeah, it is a compliment. It totally is a compliment. You think Damien Leone is expecting to put out Terrifier 3 to just rainbows and sunshine? No. Oh, my God. There's going to be a lot of people that shit on that movie. But that's a good thing, in my opinion. I wouldn't want to put out a horror movie that everybody likes. I wouldn't. I would not want that at all. I want... You as a horror creator myself, like I want it to be a little like out there and fucking extreme, you know, and that's not for everybody, and that's okay. I respect everyone's opinions. You know, some people, like for instance, that watch this channel, they're they just like the Scream movies. They like some of the like some of the lower ones that aren't as extreme, and that's perfectly fine. I like when we get a little more extreme into the more like more insane shit, but that's obviously not for everybody, and that's totally okay. But I love that. I love seeing what aspects of horror people like, what aspects they don't. It's a wide spanning genre that has so much going for it, man. That's something that's great. Horror. There are a bunch of horror fans out there that like different things from the genre too. And that's the best part about talking about it, is finding all those things from people. I don't know. I could talk about horror movies all day, man. And I do. Adam and Steve is saying, I'm hoping for the day NetherRealm brings back, Kung Jin. I don't know this character as a playable character, but I'll probably be dead by the time they put him in there as a DLC or something. I should do a Mortal Kombat stream at this point. Shit. I could also talk about Mortal Kombat all day. I fucking love these games. Oh, but here's a question though, because I'm unfortunately I don't know this character that you're talking about. I got to get a little more knowledgeable about Mortal Kombat, obviously. Here's a question though. How do we feel about Mortal Kombat 1? Because I was a little disappointed by it. I'm gonna be honest. I was not crazy about that one. I'm curious what since we got so many Mortal Kombat fans out there, I'm curious what everyone thinks about Mortal Kombat 1. I'm not crazy about it. I like the previous game a lot more, and I know that one got criticized, but I'll take, what was it, Mortal Kombat 12 or whatever? I would take that game all day over this new one personally. The lineup just isn't there, in my opinion. I'm not crazy about the lineup as much as I was with the last one. Annihilation is a low bar to try to compare or brag about being better than. Okay, but it's not the worst Mortal Kombat movie is my point. I've seen a lot of people just shit on MK 2021, and I don't know. I'm like, it's not the worst Mortal Kombat movie. Come on. Annihilation exists. I guess that's the point I was trying to make, but you're right, Blucka. You're right. I guess it is a low bar. Ty Lee is saying the opening scene was such an homage to Halloween. The POV is shot approaching the door, and it was foreshadowing. It was. And not only is that a clue, but you also see Patrick Dempsey and Gina Gershon getting a little too cozy in conversation with each other. What's up with that? You know, that was a big giveaway for one of my buddies. We were kind of talking about that after the movie. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great point. That is a great point about that. Let's be honest, Kung Lao always dies. Fuck it, we're talking Mortal Kombat now. He dies in just about everything he does. He even dies in the animated film with his own hats. That's pretty funny. I still love Kung Lao though. Love me a sharp hat. Not a shart hat, because that would be really gross. I would not want to put a hat on that is full of liquid poop. But my God. I just love the throw in the hat, man. That is so much fun in Mortal Kombat. I could do that all day. I use Bihan and Hanzo Hisashi is in MK1. If you play mirror matches, the other Scorpion is Hanzo. Ooh, that's cool. Okay. I do want to. I am very curious about everyone's opinion on Mortal Kombat 1 though, because I don't know. I played it. I just wasn't crazy about it. Oh my God, I played that game. I pre-ordered that, and guess what? I love the storyline with Melina and Katana. All the other rest of it is dog shit to me. I have not played the story mode though, Adam and Steve. So I should do that maybe. Maybe I should give it a better chance. Because I don't know. I like the fighting. I just wasn't as crazy about it compared to the last game. I was disappointed because my homie Hanzo was a kid. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's trying to restart the universe and all that. So it's a different game, which I kind of knew that going into it. But I don't know, just the fighting mechanics and all that. A little too overcomplicated. Blucka is saying Jake should try watching the Mortal Kombat web series with Michael J. White and the chick from one of the Star Treks. I have not seen that. I also have not seen that either. Is that bad? I'm assuming from the way you describe. You don't sound like you're a fan, Blucka. So I should check it out. You know, the other thing, Blucka, is that first Mortal Kombat movie is very near and dear to my heart. I fucking love the soundtrack. I'm not kidding, and I'm not embarrassed to admit this. When I was a kid, I would play Techno Syndrome, and I would just start fucking like air shadow boxing in the middle of my living room, like 8-year-old Jake. I would do that all the time. Loved it. Not embarrassed by that, even in the slightest. I love Mortal Kombat, man. Oh my God. Always, it's been a part of my DNA for a long time. Mortal Kombat 1 is a bit soft and not enough characters died, but the second chapter is supposed to make up for that with Chaos Realms. Okay, I fuck with that. I just want to see like a crazier lineup of characters. You know, my personal favorite, my personal favorite Mortal Kombat game is Armageddon. I love that one because there's like 40 fucking characters, and like a lot of them are fucking crazy and weird. There's this one character named Meat. That's just a guy without skin. That's his power. Like, that's so funny. That's so darkly funny to me. I love that game. I think Mortal Kombat 3 will always be my favorite, but Mortal Kombat, Armageddon, what's the other one too? Armageddon's great. Deception is great. Shaolin Monks is one that I really enjoy too. Havoc is a great character. I totally agree. Havoc is a great character. He's fun. I miss the robots, man. Where are the fucking robots? Personally, I want Art the Clown in Mortal Kombat 1. I want a fighting game where it's all the horror villains, like all the slasher villains in one game. Like, I know, you know, a lot of Mortal Kombat has done like the DLC where it's like, the Predator was, I think, in one. Who else? Like the Terminator, Homelander, you know, and all that shit. That's cool. Don't get me wrong. That's sick. But a horror fighting game, very similar to Mortal Kombat, you know, has the fatalities and all that. I feel like the same studio should make this. Just make it about the slasher villains. Have all the settings and arenas and stuff be like, you know, like the Nightmare House, Haddonfield, Texas Chainsaw House. You know, there's a lot of houses here. Let's get little more creative than that. But point being, we should do something like that. Why? Wait, what? There is a game like that? That would be Terror Dome? That exists? I've never heard of this. That's the name of the horror movie fighting game. I'm stopping everything I'm doing right now to look this up. I don't care. I have been saying this to my friends for such a long time. I'm like, why is there not a game like this? What? My mind is blown right now. You don't even understand. No fucking way. But you get Fuji, you made my day. You made my whole day. This exists? Is this a real fucking thing? No way. Okay, I'm putting this up on screen right now. This is fucking crazy. No, this is, I feel like this is fake. Like, this is too good to be true. No way. No way is this real. There's fucking, like, the graphics look like old school Mortal Kombat graphics. I don't care, though. I mean, it's got, like, Leatherface, Freddy, Reagan, the Invisible Man. Oh, my God. This is fucking sick, dude. No way this exists. Okay, I'm putting this up on screen real quick. I'm sorry. This is so cool. I know some of you are watching right now, and you're like, I was expecting Thanksgiving talk. But listen. Terror Dome is a priority, though. Come on. Horror fighting game? This is sick, man. Okay, hang on. I'm so sorry for everyone that wants to talk about Thanksgiving. This is so important, though. Terror Dome. Okay, here's the lineup from this fucking game. What? That's I can't believe this is real. Like, I'm losing my mind right now. This is the fucking lineup. Like, is this real? Like, am I dreaming right now? Am I in some, like, weird, like, alternate dimension where this exists? I have always wanted this game. This is the lineup. Oh my God. I mean, I see, like, Brundlefly in there, Ghostface, Candyman. Oh, there's Seth Brundle and Brundlefly. No way. I didn't even notice that. Pumpkinhead, Jason, Jeffrey Combs in Reanimator. Oh my God, dude. That is fantastic. Oh, okay. Sorry. We'll get back to Thanksgiving in a second here, but fuck, that's awesome. Badass. Okay, back to the horror talk, but that is so cool, man. Thank you for the information on that. I really do appreciate that. I never knew that existed. I've always wanted a game like that. I'm buying that as soon as possible. The MK web series was pretty good to start, but once it came to introducing characters that required a budget, it was very fan-made. Ooh, okay. Well, damn, I've never even heard of it. All right, let's get back to horror. I'm so sorry, everybody. I just had to look that up. That's so exciting. My top 3 of the year are probably Saw X, Evil Dead Rise, and Thanksgiving. Talk to Me, then Scream 6. That is very close to what mine is. I got to throw Infinity Pool in there, which I see you haven't seen. Both of those movies are big must-watches from the whole year for me. When Evil Lurks and Infinity Pool, without a doubt, top 10s for me. I loved all those films you just mentioned. I really enjoyed. I'm still having a little bit of trouble figuring out my top 10 now with Thanksgiving because holy fuck, that just threw a monkey wrench in the whole damn thing. But it's gonna be whack. I'll tell you that much. My ranking at the end of the year is gonna break some hearts, I think. But I'm very excited to talk about it. Legend being that I'm sorry, I got to read more about this. Legend being that the creator of it used the Mugen engine, and it's because of this that Freddy is in MK9 because the creator came into legal issues and Ed Boon bailed him out. Interesting. I wonder, can I get this on like Steam or something? It's free to play, but it's is a resource. Okay. Well, Fuji, I really appreciate the information, man. I'm gonna figure this out. I don't care. I gotta play this. That's so fucking cool, man. Holy shit. I'm so mad that I am one of the people that did not know about this for the longest time. Okay, sorry. I swear to God, I'm gonna stay focused, and my brain is not gonna go all over the place. Hey Jake, what do you think about the Purge franchise? Talking about this, Trevon, I think that some of the movies are really fun. I think some of the other ones are like kind of next to unwatchable. I really enjoy the third one. The third one's really fun, and the second one. I think those are both like a lot of fun. The first movie I don't think is bad, but it's just a home invasion thriller. And there's very clearly a much cooler concept at play here that they could have tapped into that they didn't. So that's kind of my big problem with the first Purge. It's specifically the first movie, not the actual film in the franchise called The First Purge. The first one, it's just a home invasion thriller. It's such a much cooler and bigger idea that doesn't get expanded as much in that first movie, where 2 does. The second one and the third one are like, those are the Purge movies, in my opinion. 4 and 5, you can skip them. Like, I don't know. Both of those movies didn't do it for me. There's a 6th one in production right now that's coming out probably sometime next year, I would imagine. But I don't know. Am I excited for it? After the Purge 5, dude, that was kind of the last nail in the coffin for me. But 2 and 3, those are the Purge movies for me. They're a lot of fun. They're not like go-tos or anything for me, but like in terms of what I like the most from that franchise, definitely those films. But not like top of my list. Would I recommend them? No, I honestly, I wouldn't recommend them. I think they're fun for a couple of watches, but that was about it. Gangster Bro is saying, Jake, please don't end your stream too soon. I just got home from wrestling. Nice. I'm gonna stay on for 2 hours tonight. So you got me for a little while longer. Oh, Jake is ready for a weekend of chilling though. Let me tell you, this week has been nuts. I hope you guys have been keeping up with a lot of the videos that we've been doing. They're a lot of fun. Because I did a lot of crazy stuff this week, not just on this page, but also over on KillJoy Jake 2, which is my second channel, if you guys have not seen that. I posted a couple of videos over there, some live stream clips, and also I did a little reaction to the Imaginary trailer from Blumhouse. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on that, so leave me your comments there, or maybe out in the chat right now. Imaginary was a weird one. A weird trailer with a fucking giant CGI bear. I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god. But thanks for hanging out with us, Gangster Bro. I really do appreciate it. And I do appreciate your support as a KillJoy cult member. It means a whole lot. November's a tough month for Jake, so I appreciate any and all support this month. The working title for Purge 6 is The Final Purge, and I believe it is a prequel. But it's The Final Purge. How would that be a prequel? What? I don't know, man. I'm kind of done with the Purge movies. The Forever Purge was the final Purge for me. If I'm being honest, but I'll watch it. I'll check it out. Who knows? I might do a big video about it at some point. What do you think about the Children of the Corn movies? I really like a lot of the Children of the Corn movies. So I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen the first 3 now, and they're fucking weird. That first one is a blast, and I quoted on the daily, Outlander! Outlander! I just say that to myself sometimes. Like when I'm alone, I'll just look in the mirror and I'll be like, Outlander! We have your woman, Outlander! I just think that's so funny. That guy is fucking... That guy's giving it his all in that really bizarre Stephen King adaptation, but... I really like those ones. The third one is fucking weird too. There's a big old nasty corn monster. So if that's your bag, hell yeah. Corn monsters from Screaming Mad George. The new one was a skip. Fun fact. You don't need to watch it. Don't need to watch it at all. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Crazy movie. Totally insane. But I do see some friends coming into the chat. We may or may not talk spoilers for Thanksgiving moving forward, so watch at your own risk. But I do appreciate everyone who's hanging out. I will try not to get too crazy into spoilers, because we did kind of we covered that in the first hour, as well as some Mortal Kombat talk. But we covered it. I can't believe the interest and wants to talk about Mortal Kombat. I'll fucking cover that on this page. I'm so serious. Like, I will talk Mortal Kombat all day. I've been seeing Dead Meat talking about some of the video games, which is great. If you guys want me to cover the second one, just ask. I would love to. There's so many movies and shows I would love to cover, but I'm just like, I don't know if my audience is going to dig that. Typically, it's the slasher stuff that people respond to the most. If it's the Terrifier updates, Halloween, Scream. But I would really love to branch out even more and talk about like Mortal Kombat, some more brutal shit out there. Even the John Wick movies, I would love to start talking about John Wick 5 too. So if you guys want to hear me talk about John Wick or Mortal Kombat 2, I'll talk about it. Do you like the Banana Splits? I do like the Banana Splits movie. I thought it was fun. It's not perfect, but I think it's got some great kills to it. So I did a video about this recently, and I recommend checking it out. I do some weirder videos every now and then. I did a video talking about all 3 of the big animatronic horror movies, which is like the Banana Splits movie, Five Nights at Freddy's, and Willy's Wonderland. And I kind of compared all 3 of them. I think they all have a big strength where the other ones don't have that, which is interesting. Like the Banana Splits movie, the animatronics are just people in costumes. It is very obvious. But Five Nights at Freddy's, a big thing that movie has over both Willy's Wonderland and the Banana Splits movie is the costumes and performances from the people in the animatronics, I think are like leagues better. Like, oh my God, the design, the performance, fantastic in that Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I don't know. I can't say the same about Willy's Wonderland or the Banana Splits, but both of those movies have way better kills, though, and that's a big plus over Five Nights at Freddy's. So, I don't know. I enjoyed the Banana Splits movie, though. It's a fun time. It's got some great kills in it, too. Ty is saying, Thanksgiving was also funny. I was laughing so hard at moments. Absolutely. It is a campy barrel of laughs It's probably the worst way it's been described so far. But yeah, no, I loved that. I really loved it. I was cracking up, belly laughing. There was a point where I was laughing so hard, just no noise was coming out, which we've all been there before. It was great. Like, and everyone was elbowing each other. He brought a whole gang to the theaters. This was a big deal, man. I mean, some people might just be like, oh, it's another slasher film, whatever. But this is Eli Roth coming back to horror. This is a big deal to me. I don't know. For me, this is like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. Cool to see Eli Roth going back to the old days, doing some of his, like Thousands shit. It felt very akin to something like Hostel or Cabin Fever. I loved that. Adam and Steve is going to go subscribe. I really appreciate that. I got three other channels technically, which is insane. Don't try to run 4 YouTube channels. Learn from me. Don't do that. I run KillJoy Jake 2, a personal page called Jake Tyler, which I promise I am going to start posting on a lot more as soon. I'm not going to lie, like KillJoy Jake's just been doing really fucking good lately. Thank you to everyone who's been watching the videos. I'm just making these Terrifier updates and they're doing really well. So thank you for watching these. But as soon as stuff starts to die down on this page, which it usually does around November, December, I'm going to start going crazy on food review videos over on my on Jake Tyler, which is another page I run, and then also the Lethal Collective, where me, Craving Something Scary, the Night Watch Zone, and Fate Decided, we all are gonna bullshit about some weird science stuff. So check that out too. Go subscribe to all those pages. This is my main page though. Always gonna focus on this one the most. Trayvon King is saying, what's the name of the background music? I wrote this myself. This is some of my own music that I wrote. I'm gonna use this, so I'll turn it up just a little bit. This is music I plan on using for a short that's coming out soon, and I really, this is my favorite track, like that I have from my whole catalog. Really enjoy this one. So I wrote this one myself though. Yeah, this is my own. I want to mix it better though. I'm learning a little more about how to mix shit right now. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the first clue on how to fucking mix music, but my brother is a genius when it comes to audio, so I'm very thankful for him. Otherwise, all my shit would sound like shit. Blucka Blucka is saying Eli Roth should have made a horror based on his character from Inglourious Bastards. That's really funny. He's great in that movie, dude. Man, what a fucking film. I love Inglourious Bastards for a lot of reasons, and one of them is to just have this random weird horror director in that movie. I mean, Eli Roth acted in stuff before, sure, but it is interesting. It's cool to see him and Quentin Tarantino be friends and do all this other weird shit. It's great. I love it. So, yeah, love Eli Roth in that movie. He's my favorite cameo appearance from him though is in Piranha 3D, where he's the wet t-shirt contest MC. That's so fucking funny. He's ridiculous, man. He always pops up in some weird things. I love it. Johnny Hideout UK, what's up, dog? How's it going? Love the new profile picture. Thanks for the support, man. I really appreciate you. Hey, man, how are you? I've been watching you mostly on catch up because of the time difference. All good. So grateful that you are around. You are so cool. I'm so grateful that you are around, Johnny. Thank you so much. Thanks for always catching the streams and throwing some little bit of support out there, man. Really does mean a lot to me. Thank you, dude. And again, thanks for watching, man. Seriously, this month is historically one of my worst, and I'm doing actually pretty decent this month. I'm shocked. Like I'm shocked by some of the views I'm getting. So thank you so much for your support. Thanks for watching. Seriously, it keeps the lights on around here. So thank you for your support. Thank you for everybody who's been watching the videos lately. Thank you again, my friend. I can't say it enough. Gangster Bro was saying, Jake, would you be too disgusted to watch Terrifier 3 if that happened and it was violent as the hacksaw bedroom scene on top of killing? Yeah, I don't think they have to go that violent, honestly. I think that's what a lot of people are not realizing. Like, I don't think they're gonna do shit where, the kid's getting sawn in half and all that. It's just gonna be like an axe to the head or something, which is awful, but a lot of horror movies have done way worse than that. That's all I'm saying. But Art the Clown doing that would be enough, I think, to just get the point across. And I don't think that's going to be the big scene of the movie. Damien Leone has already kind of talked about that y'all ain't gonna know what the big scene is until it happens. And those first 5 minutes are gonna be controversial and fucking crazy. That's the first 5 minutes. I don't know. I'm sold on that. I'm sold that that's gonna be the first 5 minutes of the movie. It's maybe gonna be a dream sequence with Sienna, and she's gonna wake up and it's all gonna be fake. So, I'm pretty convinced that that's what's going to happen, based on everything I've read and everything I looked into, everything Damien has said about the new film. So I don't know. Just those are just my thoughts. I don't think it's going to be that crazy with if they end up going that route. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Once again, I stand by what I've said. Horror's got to push boundaries. I don't want, I'm not asking every horror film out there to start killing kids in vicious ways, but I do think that horror needs, the moment that horror stops pushing boundaries, the moment that horror stops making us feel uncomfortable is when it stops being horror. What really is it at that point? So I want to see these boundaries pushed. I want to feel uncomfortable while watching a horror film. Some people hate Human Centipede, but we're still talking about it. You can hate it all you want, but we're still talking about it, and there's a reason for that. Ty Lee is saying I took my buddy, and he was saying Eli Roth was in the movie, the guy on the TV. That is not Eli Roth. Dude, I literally thought the same thing. We were looking it up after the movie. It is not Eli Roth with a beard, even though I thought it was. Just a guy that looks like him. But Eli Roth is usually in his own movies. And I don't believe he's in Thanksgiving. I don't believe he had a cameo. Not that I spotted. So I don't know. Didn't see it though. Makes me kind of sad. He's in Hostel. He's in Hostel Part 2. He's a severed head in Hostel Part 2. I'm trying to think of some of the other movies. He's in Cabin Fever. I know he's in Cabin Fever because that's how he got the role with Tarantino. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember what other movies he's in. Gangster Bro saying it's Sienna's dream, just like the Clown Cafe. Yes, I agree. That's what I think the teaser trailer for Terrifier 3 is. It's just a dream that's also kind of it's Art the Clown fucking with an old memory is what I think. And that's how we're going to get it right into the Christmas season. That's how we're going to be introduced to it. I also think that, like I said, I think there's a lot of clues in that. I ran a video about this recently. My one from Wednesday, where I talked all about this. I really think the teaser is trying to, has a couple of clues in there about what this next film's, where it's going to go story-wise. So I really think Sienna and Jonathan are going to be living with grandma, or whatever the fuck that stocking says. It's got a G in it. That's all I got. But I think they're staying with a relative in the next movie. They're both under the age of 18, at least, where we left them in Terrifier 2. I imagine that they're probably staying with some kind of guardian for the meantime. Sienna's 17, and I can't remember how old Jonathan was off the top of my head. I want to say he's 12, 13, maybe 14. I don't know. 12, 13, 11, 3 years old. I don't know, man. But I'm just I can't wait. Terrifier 3, it's going to be a banger. And I hope that they get to filming it soon, too. I would love to have some updates for you guys on all that, because I have been enjoying making them recently, let me tell you. Oh, man, do the voice of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I've already embarrassed myself enough on this stream, so no. I'm good. I'm good on all that. Oh, my God. Roth was in Death Proof. He is in Death Proof. You're right, but he didn't direct it. Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, he is in Death Proof for that, I want to say a scene, right? Who the fuck is he in Death Proof? Oh my God, I forgot. I know he's in that. I specifically remember seeing him in there and being like, okay, yeah, he's friends with Tarantino, of course. And, that is part of Grindhouse, which he was also very much so involved with. So, yeah, you're right, Perry. I forgot about that. He pops up in a lot of shit. He was in that new series with The Weeknd and Lily Rose Depp called The Idol, which I heard was terrible, but he's in that apparently. He has a little cameo. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry, but I think I got to end the stream. I just got a headache that's been going on for the last 30 minutes. I've been, old Jake's been working himself into the ground these past 5 days. Oh my God, wow. I was like, I got the energy drink going. I should be fine. Woo, wow, shit's killing me. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute blast talking with all of you tonight. I made it 90 minutes, so I'll take that. I'm trying to stream longer, but oh my God, shit's crazy right now, man. Running 4 YouTube channels is hard. Don't do it. It is too tough of an assignment. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thanks for talking Thanksgiving, Mortal Kombat, Terrifier 3, Scream 7. We talked a lot of fun stuff tonight. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. And thank you for all the support from all my friends out there. Really does mean a lot. I'll be back on Monday to talk a little bit about, I don't even know. What do you guys want to talk about? Scream 7, Terrifier 3? I'm thinking about running a Terrifier 3 stream. I haven't done a sole focus Terrifier 3 stream in a long time. So I might do that. Might talk about Scream on Wednesday and something else on that Friday. But we're going to be live Monday talking about fucking something. I'll figure it out over the weekend, and I can't wait. It's going to be a fun time. I'll also have a Scream Theory video for you guys Monday morning, which I want to shout out Lisa. You know who you are. I can't remember your last name. I'm so sorry. Lisa gave me a really good idea for a Scream Theory that I'm currently working on right now. So that will be up soon. Check it out on Monday. And Terror Dome. Fuji, I swear to God, I'm going to play this over the weekend. Like, you don't even understand how happy you made me with that. Terror Dome, I'm playing it, I'm figuring it out. And I will report back on Monday. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Really appreciate you guys. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace!